indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our microphones are not plugged in, so I'm just trying to project here, so bear with me, all right? Could we have roll call, please, Mr. Dave?
Mr. Gilmore? Here. Mrs. Piper?
Here.
Mr. South?
Here.
Mr. Shalberger? Here. Mrs. Voorhees?
Here.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. Do I have a motion to set the agenda?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Gilmore. Second, please. Shellberg, second. Roll call.
Mr. Gilmore? Aye. Mrs. Piper?
Aye.
Mr. South?
Yes.
Mr. Shalberger? Yes. Mrs. Voorhees?
Yes.
This time we're ready to receive the public. And it looks like first on our agenda is where did Sue go with the truth? Get to come down and watch that.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to thank everyone for letting us come do this, especially Dr. Kemp for inviting us. This is the Celina Public Preschool. Actually, this is a combination of the morning class and the afternoon class. And they would like to showcase a little bit of their talent. So, I'm Mrs. Stockler. This is Miss Pam, who are in the class every day with a lot of your children. So. You ready for some dog? Ready to sing?
Hey, look! Judy's in the kitchen!
I need to hear you sing.
Let's
Public Preschool. Thank you very much for having us as well. We appreciate it. Stay still for a second. Okay. Yeah, because I can do this too. Okay. You guys did a great job today. Thank you very much.
So much, especially when I was out of class, when they chained me to a desk. I'll think of it.
Well, that was expiring. I don't think the rest of the meeting will be able to live up to that. Yeah, we'll see.
How about if we don't put the agenda back here?
Yeah, more junk. So as far as the reception of public, we still need Amy is here. And Taylor. Thank you, tomorrow.
Hi, good evening. My name is Amy Sutter, and I'm here to represent the art department here at Celina High School. We just wrapped up our 39th art show in the gym on May 1st, and there is a sampling up here on the stage of our top award winners for the year. I do want to recognize Mercer Savings Bank. For those of you that do not know, Mercer Savings Bank generously donates $500 to our art department every single year. That helps pay for the trophies and the ribbons and our posters that help recognize and bring attention to what we do. Christy, Hess, and I teach roughly 450 to 500 students, and we fill the gym with about 1,100 pieces of artwork. It is a tremendous exhibit if you've never seen it. We had 11 seniors featured in booths, and I have one of the seniors here with me. She's going to talk here a little sec. And they had a lot of their work from freshmen on up that was featured in those booths, and they've done a great job, which is very typical of all the seniors that we get, but these guys were very, they really came through this year. I was really pleasantly surprised that they worked as hard as they did. It wasn't a surprise, but I'm always really, really jazzed about what they do every year. So I'm always a little bit surprised because it's really exciting for me to see how hard they work and how they get into it. The top award winners, we have Dr. Schmeezing selects one, Mr. Metz selects one, Mercer Savings comes and selects one, Dogtown, Mrs. Hess and I also kind of select one, which is impossible for me to do. I literally lose sleep over what I'm going to choose. But Taylor actually is the one that won my particular award. And we also have an example of one that's going to come up for next year. I would like to personally thank our school system, our school board, and the community for supporting the arts, because we do live in a very rural community and the arts are not readily available, and it is sometimes one of the first things that gets overlooked, but with budgetary cuts and things like that. And I think our kids really benefit from this particular program. So I would like to say my thanks and appreciation for your continued support after 39 years. This was our 39th exhibit. And I will let Taylor talk to you.
Hi, I'm Taylor Walters, and I'll be going to Kent State next year for fashion merchandising with a minor in fashion media. And my project up here is the Beatles project made out of mirror and black glass, which was made with blood and sweat and tears. And fashion's really helped me, or art's really helped me pick my career in fashion because I've always been able to express myself with our art classes I take. I've taken 4 art classes just this year, and I had in between 30 or 40 projects in my booth. And with SAA, the School of Advertising Art, coming in every year and telling us, go live your dream, do what you want to do. Art's always been the place at school where I've always been able to believe in what I want to do and go do whatever I want to do. So thank you for continuing our program and helping us, because I wouldn't be going to the school I'm going to for what I'm going for without it.
Good. We have a couple questions for you though, okay? First, your Beatles project down here, are you a Beatles fan or is that just an art project?
Oh, definitely. Mrs. Sutter knows I've done multiple Beatles projects, and my ceiling tile that's going to be up in the art room next year is Volkswagen Beatles on Abbey Road, which is actually a Volkswagen commercial. So.
Anybody else have questions? Amy, thank you. Very well done. Who won the Superintendent's Award?
Mackenzie Carnahan.
And the Principal's Award?
Right here, I'm blanking on his name, Alex List. Alex List.
Tremendous work. Thank you both.
Thank you.
This time it looks like we're ready for Mr. Jared Ebbing from the Mercer County Community Development.
I tell you, that's pretty hard to follow between the kids and that. No, I appreciate you coming on here at the beginning. I have another meeting here at 6, so I just want to make a few comments and just show the appreciation from the community and economic development, the team, Mercer County, Celina, et cetera. Show the appreciation that you at least consider some of these vital economic development tools that we use. Obviously, we believe business support and school support goes hand in hand, and community togetherness. And the projects that you're going to hear about later tonight, they're all very good projects, homegrown companies looking to expand. And again, that working relationship with the school has always been there, and we appreciate that, and hope for the best moving forward. And I've had a chance to talk with several of you in the past. It's just so important that we continue those strides together. That I think again between our business community, our community as a whole, and our educational community. Those youngsters up here will eventually become seniors here before we turn around, and then eventually become our future workforce. So again, I appreciate consideration that you have towards such abatements, and we believe that it's a vital tool to show the community as a whole and to show our business community that we are looking for business and that we want to encourage more businesses to come here, to expand here, et cetera. And I think that's a good sign for the future for our community as a whole. So that's all I really have. And again, sorry to have to skedaddle on my next meeting, but I appreciate you letting me come up early here and say a few words.
Real quick before you speak up, do you have any questions from the board or administration? Can you give us a 2-minute on the project at Wright State and STEM?
Yes. Things on. Appreciate school board doing everything you've done to help that get movement into the right direction. I think the whole STEM initiative. When you hear STEM, a lot of people don't know what that really means, but science, technology, engineering, mathematics. But it's so much more than that. It's really hands-on, project-based type learning, and to allow for TriStar to go into the next phase of 2.0 and continue to do what they've been doing, but then really get into the next level of really more STEM, hands-on learning. Again, I think our young people in middle school today and early high school will have a chance to be encouraged to go into more of those potential classes that are going to have college credit, being right there across from Wright State, having the STEM base, learn by doing, get a feeling that this is what I want to do, and learn by doing more than just a textbook. Learn it by doing it, and I think we'll have more kids truly fulfill their career aspirations because they know that's what they want to go into. Again, get college credit and lead right on into many of them go on to college, but they know why they've gone to college because they've done it. Those that go on to college usually don't change their majors because they've seen it. They've not just read about it in a textbook, they've done it, they've worked with their hands, and then go on to college, they're better prepared for it. So I just think that is I said it at my breakfast that I had a couple weeks ago, that I believe that project's probably going to have more impact on the future economic development of this region than any other project I can think of, because that's our future lifeblood. It's so much more than a school project. It happens to involve students, but it's really a community and economic development project. And I think that's what people are going to be supporting. How do we want our community to look like? What do we want it to look like in 10 years? And that's a huge piece of the puzzle. So I applaud the school boards, yours, and all the school boards that kind of took that action to move that forward. So.
Good. Thank you, Jerry.
All right. Thanks, Robbie. Sorry to interrupt.
Moving right along. Mr. Norridge, Mr. Scott, thank you for coming.
Well, I'll admit, I earlier kind of want to get on that stage and sing and dance with those kids. Mainly because this is Dave and I's last board meeting as CEA president.
That makes you want to sing and dance.
No, you don't want to see it.
That's okay.
No, but seriously, 4 years ago when we took this job, we got together and we said from the beginning that we want to handle every situation and just do the right thing, regardless of any other circumstance, just do the right thing. And we enjoyed working with all of you. We really did, and all the administrators. And we hope that you feel we handle situations in the right way as well. That's very important to us. But today, we excitedly pass that torch on to Steve Stewart and Eric Dwayne. They, I think you'll find that they are outstanding people. And we are very excited about the future of CEA and the fact that it's in their hands. So.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Thanks, Dave. Okay, Mr. Stewart, any comments?
No, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great time. I mean, I'm excited. I've had my eyes open within the last year. I really have. And I think it's going to be a really good opportunity to work a little more with teachers.
Are these one-year terms? 2-year terms? Very good. Thank you both, always. Mrs. Henderson is here somewhere.
I don't have anything tonight, Bill, thank you.
Thank you for coming. Moving right along, let's see. Guess it's time for the approval of the consensus agenda. Thank you, Mr. Gilmore. Second, please. Mrs. Parker, roll call. Gotcha. You're doing that. Mr. Davis.
Thank you. Under my report for this evening is to approve the minutes of the April 18, 2016 regular meeting and the April 28, 2016 special meeting. Approve the checks written for April 2016 of $3,064,895.85. Total April revenues and expenditures. Total revenues were $2,191,034.59. Total expenditures were $3,040,736.34. Approve the investments for the period. The balance as of May 10th, 2016 is $15,200,092.92. Approve the SM2 report for April 2016. Accept the following donations: the Celina cheer parents to the high school cheerleaders in the amount of $1,526 for the purpose of new cheer jackets. The Celina band boosters to the high school band in the amount of $875 to bring in a motivational speaker. The Celina Athletic Boosters to the high school at $5,000 for scholarship money. Approve the following tax abatements. Lutz Family Real Estate, 100% for 12 years. Camp Enterprises, 100% for 12 years. And Team and Tailgates Incorporated, 100% for 15 years. Approve the May 2016 5-year forecast and assumptions. A resolution to engage local government services section of the Auditor of State to prepare financial statements for fiscal years ending June 30, 2016, 2017, and 2018, for an amount not to exceed $6,000 annually. A resolution to approve NOACSC Computer Services contract for fiscal year 2017. Resolution to approve Mercer County ESC service agreement for fiscal year 2017. To approve cost center 022-9005. That account is for the OHSAA softball state tournament as a cash account. The OHSAA changed the rules on how we pay out any home tournament games that we host, and this is the 5th account we've opened for home tournament games. And then finally, on the longest agenda I've ever had, is to approve an amended annual appropriations resolution for the general fund in the purchase services, capital outlay, miscellaneous objects as presented.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. Questions from the board regarding the treasurer's report?
Nick, on number 9, that's our regular annual cost to convert our books over to GAAP, correct?
That is not. We do not currently do GAAP. This is for the audit, the state of the auditors.
Oh, just the audit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We have, long before I arrived, we gave up converting our books from cash to GAAP. So we are not compliant on that. That is the annual message we get on the auditor's report. So.
Gotcha. Thank you.
And on number 12, I was told that we do not get to keep any of the money from any of those local governments. Is that correct?
We do get to keep an amount. What they've done is set a flat fee, and it's all controlled by the Northwest District Athletic Board. They set a flat fee for each sport. Any amount we go over that flat fee that we pay them, we get to keep.
Okay.
Yep.
So a lot of it depends on attendance.
Correct.
Okay.
Mr. Davis, I'm sorry, Mrs. Piper.
Also on number 13, some appropriations here are a little sizable. Purchase services, is this mostly the county agreement, GSC?
What this is it's simply, we have to appropriate everything that we encumber. And right now we have a significant amount encumbered towards the end of the year. As we go towards the end of the year, that amount gets less and less. So I have to keep, in order to stay compliant with the state, I have to get above what is actually expended and what is encumbered. So during the next few weeks, my office will be diligently looking at purchase orders to bring down anything that's encumbered that shouldn't be.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Yep.
I had a question, Nick, regarding number 7, the tax abatement.
Yes.
I just wondered why the different amount of time for the abatement between Lutz Family Real Estate, Camp Enterprises for both 12 years, and Tealman was 15, unless there was only attachment I didn't see.
Mr. Gilmore, do you have an answer? I don't have any, I didn't receive any type of application as to why that would be different.
I don't recall seeing any explanation. I just know that, I believe they can do 10, 12, or 15, Mayor Hazel.
The residential is 10 years, commercial is 12, and industrial is 15.
Thank you.
And are those areas really not necessarily set in stone? As far as ORC or anything like that? It's just an agreement usually.
It's part of the CRA or the Community Reinvestment Act. It is in the ORC.
It is.
Yes.
So there's a different rate for industrial and commercial
Between the two, that's correct.
What did you say residential was, 10?
Yes.
Nick, I had a couple of questions on the city-county agreement.
Yes.
Where are we gonna be able to add an academy? I know that we talked earlier, sometimes it was up in the air, and how many students, and what's the cost gonna be there?
I will refer that question to Dr. Schmiesen.
Learned today that they are hiring a new administrator, so depending on what the qualifications of that administrator hold, that'll certainly determine the makeup of that. They are not sure at this time if it's going to be a half-day or a full-day program, and also they're not certain of the location of the program. So all of those items will enter into the cost.
Okay, so that's still up in the air?
Yes, it is.
I just don't like committing money to it if we don't know where it's gonna be.
We're not committing any money at this point. This is just simply a contract that says these are the services that Celina City Schools may enter into.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not, there's no dollar amount attached to these. It's just simply the list of services that Celina's committing to, or could be committing to for next school year.
Okay, but some of these we may not, the ones with a check on here, we may not be doing.
Correct. For example, and I don't know, the psychologist,
Yeah, that's.
we probably won't be using any services from the ESC at all next year for psychology. That'll all be in-house. So
Good.
even though it's checked, it probably won't get used.
I got a question about that too, Mr. Shelberg. I'm glad you brought that up. And just looking at those earlier, I noticed that we go to the county services for bus driver approval, I imagine that's certification and testing. Is that correct?
Yep.
What is that expense, do you know?
Not off the top of my
Mr.
head.
Giesecke, do you know how much we paid them for that?
Not sure. And I believe part of that is relative to how many people have to go through that training.
I was just wondering, could we do that in-house? I mean, through our own bus garage and the business manager? Could we take care of our own certification and licensure without going through the county?
Wouldn't it be similar to the professional development and educator, resident educator? We go through them, don't we, for licensure and things of that nature as well?
We actually, our transportation department does the training of the bus drivers recertification training.
So do you know what the expense is then that we have with them for what?
I can tell you.
Yeah, we've had some of the training involved as bloodborne pathogens they have to do on an annual basis. But some of that we are actually now bringing back on board with Safe Schools. It's more of a video program.
Do bus drivers also have to go through a criminal background check?
Absolutely.
So that would be through the county as well? We do not currently have a fingerprint mechanism, do we?
Not.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So that what you're saying is that bus driver approval is all part of that?
That was kind of my question. I wondered what part we did in-house, and what part we kind of farmed out to the county. Ms. Shelberg, did you have more questions regarding the county agreement?
If we were gonna be tied to these, I wanted to know what the costs were gonna be ahead of time. But since we're not obligated, but the possibility of purchasing those, I'm fine with that.
Any other questions? Mr. Trader? Thank you, Mr. Davis. Moving right along to the Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Giesecke.
Okay, under personnel, item 1, recommend the approval for a change of contract, Judy Waterman, cafeteria worker at the primary school. She's requesting 4 deduct days. You can read about that under attachment A. Item 2, recommend the approval to accept the retirement of Phyllis Booker, cafeteria worker at the primary school. I'd like to thank Phyllis for her 26 years of service to the district. Item 3, recommend approval to accept a 60-day probationary contract for Nicole Crow, cafeteria worker at the high school. And the last item, under personnel, recommend the approval to hire the following 2016 summer workers as needed. This list is our entire list of technology people, our custodians, and our cleaners for the summer. Under resolutions, recommend approval of the West Central Ohio Regional Healthcare Alliance to do our bus driver physicals for the 2016-17 school year. And then the last item, recommend the approval of the resolution between the Celina City Board of Education and Ohio Association of Public School Employees, Local 457. Head Start Public Preschool Employees, which provides for a reduction in the number of classified employees in the the school district due to the abolishment of positions, lack of funds, or lack of work. And you can see it passes.
Mr. Giese, for Judy Waterman's request, it would look like it was signed by a supervisor or an administrator besides herself. Do you know, did someone approve that?
Right, I did,
Okay.
yes. Her son was involved in
Yeah.
baseball.
I'm okay with that. I just wondered who was the person that was signing off on that. Okay. And Mr. Hitchcock, you're the housing director or the housing officer. Is that your signature?
You got the T.
I've seen that before. Moving right along. Superintendent's report.
Under personnel, to approve the following substitutes for the 2015-16 school year: Aaron Clooney, Ashley Heitkamp, Jenna Lange, and Olivia Stoner. Number 2, approve a 1-year contract for Heather Layfeld, intervention specialist at the high school, pending certification effective the 16-17 school year. Number 3, approve to accept the resignation of Jessica Davis as Health and Community Services Manager at Head Start, effective June 30th of 2016. Number 4, approve the change in the supplemental contract for Joey Braun, head 8th grade football, to head 8th grade football. So we're going from class 4, 3 years, to class 4, 4 years. That's for next school year. Number 5, approve the change of contract for Robin Weininger, resource teacher at the intermediate school, requested deduct day for May 12th, 2016. Number 6, approving the following personnel for 2015-2016 summer school positions as needed: April Elbers, Marty Fromm, Kelsey Dudorf, Beth Heide, Ann Holman, Jenna Lange, and Sarah Piper Darnell. Number 7, approve the following personnel to teach extended school year services for our identified students: Shannon Koob, Laura Becker, Megan Hiley, Allie Slavik, Mary Blair, Sarah Piper Darnell. Number 8, approve a stipend payment to the 2015-16 Celina City Schools LPDC Executive Committee members: Betsy Berkey, $500, Jason Lukey, $500. Approve a stipend payment per the master agreement for the following teachers who have completed the requirements of the Resident Educator Committee for the 15-16 school year. Those committee members each received $200. Marcia Smith, Barb Fowler, Robin Weininger, Kim Wilgus, April Elbers, Lynn Ray, Christy Binkley, Betsy Kreitz, Deb Lehman, Lori Merlin, and Lisa Vi. Number 10, approve the following personnel for supplemental contracts for the 2016-17 school year, pending proper certification: Crystal Gates, athletic trainer; Catherine Dirksen, JV volleyball; Emily May, 7th grade volleyball; Jay Imwally, head varsity boys basketball; Doug Smith, JV boys basketball; Kyle White, 8th grade boys basketball; Ryan Jenkins and Jason Andrew will share the 7th grade boys basketball; Matt May, head swim; Paige Mertz, assistant swimming; Steve Bader, head girls varsity basketball; James Miracle, head varsity wrestling; Joey Braun, head middle school wrestling. Item number 11, recommend approval of the following personnel for pupil activity program contracts for the 16-17 school year, pending proper certification: Mike Haney, assistant varsity boys basketball; Amber Gutenbiller, assistant cheerleading advisor; Kyle Menchover, assistant girls varsity basketball; Kylie Bader, head 7th grade girls basketball; Carl Huber, head boys bowling; Joshua Goff, head girls bowling; Jason King, assistant wrestling; Andy Garwood, assistant wrestling. Item 12, recommend approval of the following volunteers for the 16-17 school year, pending proper certification: Brett Bacher, Doug Stolley, Scooter White, all boys basketball volunteers; Seth Engel, Kevin Kreitz, Aaron Kreitz, all wrestling volunteers. If you go to your addendum for items 13 and 14, under 13, approve the resignation of Matt Paulus, intervention specialist at the middle school, effective August 15th, 2016. Approve the resignation of Jared Fueling, teacher at the Head Start, effective the end of the 2015-16 school year. Next for resolutions.
Yeah, let's split this up. Anybody have any questions about these?
I do.
Yeah.
Athletic trainer, half-time. Is this a new position? Do we not currently have an athletic trainer? That's item 10. We have two. Full-time?
Currently, what we have been doing prior to this season, we had some free hours from both Mercer County Health and the St. Mary's Hospital. We actually hired one of their trainers to be our new physiology teacher. So we lost the free hours we were getting from that particular entity, and we decided that we did not have enough hours, so we decided to hire on a trainer at half-time to cover the hours we were missing by losing that contract. That person was in place this school year. It was on Crystal Gates, I believe, as well for this school year.
So it's pretty much a wash as far as expenditure?
Yeah.
Like what we didn't have to pay out, contracting out, okay.
Yep. And Mr. Forkamp did a time study on that to kind of decide where we needed to put her hourly-wise, and thought half-time would be the best place to serve our students.
That's all my question.
I got a question quickly about the reimbursement, I guess it is, for Betsy Berkey and Jason Lukey. That was for their licensure.
They're on the LPDC committee with Mercer County, so they're the representatives from Celina City Schools serving on that committee.
And we do that every year.
Correct.
Mr. Shelbar, question?
Along with kind of a follow-up with Bill on that, who's going to be taking over that at the county level? You know? Are they replacing Mr. Timberg?
Correct. Karen Rose is doing a lot of it, and I'm trying to think who the other individual is. Rachel Glass is going to be working 3 days as a psychologist for recovery, and then 2 days she's going to be doing some of the other pieces. I believe LDDC is one of those.
And I hope I don't sound too ignorant when I give the answer on this. Heather Layfeld, is this a new position at the high school?
It is not a new position now. We had a resignation that we accepted at the previous meeting. That's the position she's starting.
And for the pupil activity contract, if it doesn't say, I'm looking at Jason King and Andy Garwood, if it doesn't say where or what level they're coaching at, we do assume that that's a varsity position. It says Jason King, assistant wrestling half, Andy Garwood, assistant wrestling half. Are they assisting in the varsity program?
I believe that is correct, yes.
Any other questions regarding personnel contracts? Supplemental.
I noticed that there is a JV basketball coach, no freshmen, are freshmen in the JV program?
Some freshmen are in the JV program, but we do have a separate freshman program as well. So it certainly depends on the number of athletes that go out for freshman basketball.
So we don't have a coach for that position at this time?
Yeah, some of the supplementals are not filled yet, so you may have seen an additional posting going out for some of those.
Is the varsity cheerleading advisor, is she still in her position?
Yes, she is. And we did have an assistant position, but I believe that was filled here as well.
I was looking for that, I missed it. There it is.
Amber,
Gotcha.
good Miller.
Kurt, who was your question about? What item number on the agenda?
Oh, Heather Layfeld, it was under personnel, number 2.
Okay. Oh, I was looking for a supplemental. Okay.
Anyone else regarding personnel? If not, Dr. Shimizu, we can continue.
With resolutions, approve the class of 2016 graduates, providing that all requirements are met. Number 2, resolution authorizing membership in the Ohio High School Athletic Association for the 2016-17 school year. Number 3, approve a memorandum of understanding for a 1-year extension to the current contract between the Ohio Association of Public School Employees, OPSE Local 457, the Head Start Public Preschool Employees, and the Celina Board of Education. This contract will now be in effect from December 1st, 2015 through November 30th, 2018. Number 4, approve a memorandum of understanding between the Celina Education Association and the Celina City Schools District Board of Education to change the supplemental classification for the special education building coordinators.
Questions regarding the resolutions?
Number 4, Dr. Ken, how's this been handled before? Were they on the supplemental?
They were being paid at the same rate as department heads, so they were listed as Class 8. I guess they truly weren't listed at all, but the amount of work that they were doing, reading over and checking all the IEPs. We have one person at each of the building levels, and they were involved on the BLT as well, the building leadership teams. So they were certainly working an equal amount to our.
It's just changing which category then, basically.
Correct, we're putting them in a category, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I have a question regarding the OC contract. Is it typically December through November 30th? That's the time frame.
Head Start is, yes.
And also regarding the approval of the 2016 graduates, I assume they get, what, unsigned diplomas? And then they get the check in the mail after everything's completed? Is that?
No, our official procedure during the graduation ceremony, they all receive diploma covers, and then the actual diploma is passed out back in the auditorium after the event.
So they can't smoke cigars until after they get back.
You know, I'd like to discuss that. That is school property. I've witnessed that several years in a row. I'm thinking, I don't know how we control it, but never mind.
I think that's one of those things you just kind of wink and nod at, and we go on. Right? That's right. Okay. Anything else regarding the aforementioned resolutions? Dr. Ken, you may continue.
TriStar approved 6-day extended time to TriStar early childhood teacher Bonnie Dollinghouse. She has quite a few students attending the National FCCLA Conference, July 2nd through the 7th in San Diego, California. The actual number is 9, and they will be competing in the national competition while they are there.
And that's a one-time approval, right? If there are no students with qualifying in 7 years, we wouldn't have it on the agenda.
That is correct.
Okay.
Did she have to raise money for the expenses for the trip?
There's a bit of money raising that has happened. Certainly, some money is designated to that account as well to help pay the cost.
Yeah, I was just wondering, she's taking 9 of them out, well, there'll be 10 people going for a week. Good for her, that's great. Yeah. Go ahead with that start.
For the Head Start reports, we're going to have Amy Esser come forward. She has passed out your community needs assessment books.
Good evening, everyone. In my report, there were a couple things I just wanted to bring to your attention. At the back, you'll see a couple things there from the Office of Head Start that start with the letter PI. That's program information. And the two that you have in my report are the ones I just received. And they are in regards to the COLA, which is the cost of living, and the duration grant. Those two grant applications will be due in June. So I'll be coming to you for those approvals in the next couple of weeks. So the book that I presented to you is Community Needs Assessment. This Community Needs Assessment is a requirement by federal law for every Head Start program completed every 3 years with updates annually. So we present these to our board, our policy council. They're available to anyone in the community. And I have lots of copies, so if anyone's interested in seeing it, I will make sure you get a copy. I won't be reviewing the entire document with you, but I wanted to walk you through some of the things so you understand why it's written and how it's written. If you go to page 3, page 2 and 3 are all of the required components of the community assessment as set forth in our performance standards. If you go to pages 4 and 5, that's Mercer County at a glance. So it gives a little bit of historical information about Mercer County and then some quick glance statistics for this community. Page 6, again, is more data. And this data is what helps us determine the populations that we need to serve here in Mercer County. And if you look at the graphic in the middle of the page that states poverty statistics, I just wanted to bring this to your attention because this is a hidden data fact that most people are not aware of. In 2015, an annual household income of $24,250 was considered to be at or below 100% of poverty for a family of 4. A person would have to earn at least $11.65 an hour at 40 hours a week to reach the poverty level. The minimum wage in 2015 was $8.10 an hour. So at minimum wage, for a family of 4, one person could not have supported that family at the poverty level. So that's just some interesting facts that I think need to be brought out. Mercer County has a 2.9% unemployment rate. It has a 15% underemployment rate. So there's a little bit of difference for that.
Would you define what an underemployment rate is, Amy?
Underemployment is someone who is working. Typically, they're not working full-time, and they're not working enough to bring their family above the poverty level, which would be 100%. The federal government establishes that every year. It usually gets released in March. It is also the working force, so they usually fall at about 100 to 175% of the poverty level. These are families who typically receive benefits through Ohio Department of Job and Family Services. It could be medical card insurance, it could be food stamps, it could be daycare assistance. That is the pocket of population that that's referring to. On page 10, there's information about services to pregnant moms and children birth to age 3. Currently, our program does not provide services to this population. So I was going through the community assessment, collecting data. It is obvious and apparent that that is a service that would be most welcomed in this community. We currently have some services, and they do their job, but they can't take on every family identified at this time. Going all the way back to page 18. This page is reflective of my current attendance for our Head Start program. When a child is enrolled in Head Start, they must maintain an 85% attendance rate. If you look at the chart at the bottom, you will see that we did not hit that. So this is an initiative that we'll be undertaking on next year to educate our parents about the importance of having their child in school every day. We are training ground for the public school system, so we need, even though we are preschool, we need our families to understand that every day, every moment is a teachable moment, and those are opportunities which their children are missing out on. The following pages, again, is more information, and these are what drives goal decision making for our program year to year, helps build our initiatives. So as you read through the analysis of strengths and weaknesses, I've identified some areas that have been built into our continued improvement plan for the next year. And the back is full of appendix, just more information about your community, information about lead testing, and then a copy of the parent survey that I provided to families.
We require lead testing for our preschool,
Yes, we do.
and that's done through a blood test of every kid.
Actually, we refer families either to the health department or back to their primary physician. And if you read through that page in the appendix, the CDC recommends that all children who are born or live in at-risk zip codes, and if you look on the back of that, Mercer County.
There were 2 zip codes in Mercer, I saw.
Yes, 45882 and 45894. All children in those zip codes should have a lead test at 12 and 24 months. And as a Head Start child, they are deemed at risk. So every child who's in my program is required to have a lead screen.
That's 45894.
I know.
So Celina would require that Coldwater or Parkway, I mean Rockford would not.
Right.
458, I'm sorry.
So their primary physician might say you don't need it, but if you're enrolled in my program, I'm going to say that you need it. So I refer all of my children back to their primary physician, ask for a lead screen.
Any questions?
Because this is a mandate, I have to have in our minutes and approval.
I'll make that motion to approve it. Second by Mrs. Voorhees.
That was number 2, recommending the approval of the community assessment, so that was part of our consensus agenda.
Correct. We either need to remove it from the consensus agenda to have a separate vote, or we need to consider it part of the consensus
Do
agenda.
you need that removed, do you think, Amy? So it's,
No, just as long as it reflects in minutes somewhere that I reviewed it and you approved it.
okay. So we're approving your community needs assessment.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Well, any removal of any items from the consensus agenda?
I'd like to remove C, 6, and 7.
I'm sorry, say that again, Mrs. Piper.
Item C, under the Dr. Ken's report, items 6 and 7.
Yeah. Gotcha. Anything else that needs to be removed from the consensus agenda? Okay. I guess we're ready to approve.
Mr. Gilmore?
Aye.
Mrs. Piper?
Aye.
Mr. South?
Yes.
Mr. Shellemeyer?
Yes.
Mrs. Voorhees?
Yes.
We're going to go ahead and take care of the 2 that were removed. Was that C6 and 7? I'll make a motion to approve those 2
Second.
items.
Second.
I have a motion to approve items C6 and 7. Mr. South?
Yes.
Mr. Shellemeyer?
Yes.
Mrs. Voorhees?
Yes.
Mr. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mrs. Piper?
Abstain.
Can you read the word policies and guidelines?
Item number 7, the first reading of board policy and guidelines for professional staff. Number 3120.08, employment of personnel for co-curricular, extracurricular activities. That was attachment 7. Under item 8, other business by board administration.
First item under other business by board administration. I have the resolution and application in the matter of approving proposed enterprise zone agreement for Celina Recycling Center, requesting county approval of same and waiving statutory notice periods.
So moved.
If you answer in the affirmative, please say aye. If negative, please say nay. Mr. Gilmore?
Aye.
Mrs. Piper?
Aye.
Mr. Sal?
Yes.
Mr. Schellenberger?
Aye.
Mrs. Voorhees? Item number 2, the resolution and application in the matter approving proposed enterprise zone agreement for Pax Machine Works Incorporated, requesting county approval of same and waiving statutory notice periods.
So moved.
I'll second.
Question, please.
Yes.
What is the statutory notice that we're waiving? I tried to find it in the attachment, I didn't see it.
Mr. Gilmore, do you have?
I believe it has something to do with us passing this, and then there has to be a waiting period before the township trustees can pass it. We are asking that be waived so that the township trustees can go ahead and get theirs passed. They have to go after us.
Do you know, Mr. Hazel, is that like a 90-day period?
I don't think it's that, I don't think it's 30.
Might be 30 or 45.
So in essence, if we approve the resolution, there will be no notice or no time constraint.
That's what I'm understanding.
This will allow the township trustees to act on both of these enterprise zone abatements at their next regularly scheduled meeting, which is this week, I believe. So there wouldn't be any waiting for 30 days.
So it just expedites the whole.
Yeah, absolutely. That's all we're waiting.
The official language on that, you were right, Mr. Gilmore, official language is pursuant to sections 5709.63C and 5709.83A of the Ohio Revised Code. The board hereby waive the 45-day and 14-day notice periods provided therein and authorizes the county to approve and execute the agreement as soon as practicable after the date of this resolution. That's section 3 of the resolution.
Okay, Eric, okay.
Is the attachment then?
Yes,
I
it
can
is.
believe,
It would be similar, Mr. Sell, to passing something as an emergency.
Gotcha. And there is a motion and a second, Mr. Davis.
Mr. Gilmore?
Aye.
Mrs. Piper?
Aye.
Mr. Sal?
Yes.
Mr. Schellenberger?
Aye.
Mrs. Voorhees?
Aye.
Number 3 is on the addendum. To recommend the approval of a resolution rescinding request for the Ohio School Facilities Commission to establish the new scope, estimated base project cost, and local share in the Classroom Facilities Assistance Program. This one is simply rescinding notice that we've given to them to appear in front of the committee on July of 2016. We are not ready at this time to go forward with securing local funding for a building initiative.
Does this keep us on hold somehow by just approving the resolution?
The first one actually rescinds what we've told them we plan to do. The second one will be putting them on hold, basically.
So we're still kind of in a game with
Absolutely.
things
That's
like
what the
that.
second one
Just
will be.
holding our place.
Right.
Yeah. Could I get a motion to approve number 3?
So
Can
moved.
we vote on those at the same time, Matt?
If everyone, you want me to go ahead and explain number 4 and we can vote on them at the same time?
Well, one is actually to,
One is rescinding.
It
one
seems
is
like they're
taking
opposites.
us back in.
yeah, it seems like we'd have to vote on each one, though, doesn't it? Because a no vote would be,
And the number
That's
4,
fine.
number 4 will
you know
require,
what I mean? Yeah.
number 4 will require a board decision on what date we would like to be put back into the pool, essentially.